Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here today to share a quick basic tutorial for how I made the loaded pocket part of this Maggie Holmes garden party loaded pocket I shared recently. I've had a few requests for a tutorial, so I thought I would just share a tutorial on how I made this style pocket. So it's not going to be anything about decorating as such, but I will show you how I made the base of this. So I'll just take these bits out. The one I've started making, I've actually used tulle behind here, but I will show you how to do the acetate, which is obviously exactly the same as the tulle. So let's get started. I'll just pop this out of the way. I'm going to use the Garden Party collection again. I've started making one here. I have used my Ware Memory Keepers punch board, but I just wanted to show you that if you don't have this punch board, you could just use an envelope template from the internet, or this is just an envelope that I had that I've pulled apart. So you could just pull apart an old envelope or find a template and use that to make your own base for the loaded envelope. Obviously you'd have to sort of use whatever size it was, but it is quite basic to make an envelope using one of these, or even just using a square and sort of folding it in. I have used the envelope punch board to make my base, which this one I've just stitched up, but I will show you the one that I'm making here. So here's all my pieces for that one. To make the basic envelope, I am using, what did I go for? A 5x6 inch envelope to fit a 5x6 inch card, which is different from this one, but that's just what I'm going with now. So 5x6, you need a 9-inch square piece of paper. And I will show you how to use this. There's lots of tutorials for how to use this punch board. I'm certainly not the best at it. I struggle sometimes a little bit. It is very easy though. So to make this, it's saying you need a 9-inch square piece of paper, and your first punch is at 4 1/8, which is here. So punch, score, and twist. This is where I find it hard on the this is the envelope and like the 3-in-1 guide, so it can make an envelope, a bow, and a box, which is great. But sometimes the other one has like more of a line out here which shows you where to punch, but I just sort of line the score line just in front of that one and twist, and I just make sure it's lined up on there and do that. I will just round the corners because, well, that's what you do, although I do trim one of them off. Okay, so there is your basic envelope. We can put this away now. That's obviously the envelope I'm using, but if you were just using a template, just make a template. Put that off to the side. Okay, so I've only got single-sided paper. On this side here, one here, I used double-sided paper, but actually when I was thinking about it, I stitch around this part to add some sequins in, and it leaves like a mark on the back. So actually doing it this way, you have a nice clear back. So what we want to do is, if you fold this envelope in, you want to be able to cover this white part here with some pattern paper, and then I'm going to make a little template, and then that's what I'll use to make my sequin shaker. So you want a piece of paper that fits inside the envelope, which is about 6.5 inches long, but just measure a piece of paper, and then you want it to go right to the top, and then you want, you don't want to see any of the white, so it needs to be about, let's grab this really awful pencil I have, but you want it to go to about there, and twist it over, and to lift it up a tiny bit, and then just go like that, and that makes your template. Some scissors, so we're going to chop that up. You can, what I was doing with my other one when I was testing it, I just held it against the back in place and then cut it. myself, just freehand, but this way is probably a bit better because you're in a bit more control. So that's what you're going to need. Just let me get a cutter. I'm just going to trim this bottom bit off, which is going to be a bit hard because this is only 6 inches, but watch me give it a go. Okay, so this is going to be the back here that you are going to use to create your sequin mix. So this is the back, but we're keeping it free. So what you need to do to create the, this sequin shaker bit is use either some tulle, or in this case I'll show you with some acetate. You're going to cover that you'll want to stitch, and I'm just going to show you because I'm not going to pull out my sewing machine, around here, around here, around here, and down here. Just leave the bottom open with that acetate or with tulle, whatever you want to use, vellum. I mean, you don't even have to do the sequin shaker bit, but I'm just going to show you. And then I've got a little sequin mix here that I've made to go with the collection. This one here I have already trimmed down and I've stitched my tulle around the outside. So I'm just going to want to throw a bit in there. I don't like too many sequins. I like them to be able to move around a bit. And there's that. And so what we are going to do next is, if you put this in here where you were going to glue it in and then shut there, what I try and do is I'm going to sew a line like this. I mean, I'll go across the bottom first if you want, but I just try and sew in a diagonal across diagonal, just so that the sequins don't all fall down into here and you don't get to see them. So I am going to just draw with this pencil so you can see what I mean. I would go like that, and then like that, and then just go obviously right across the bottom. So I'm just going to go and do that, and I'll be back in a minute and I will show you what we do next. Okay, so I have gone away and stitched along that line, across the bottom and back along that line, so that, see there, the sequins are not going to drop below those lines, and you're not going to see that pencil line, so it really doesn't matter. So when I've just gone and also stitched around here, just along this top bit, because you're not going to see here, and just along that top bit, because you're not going to see here. And I've just trimmed this little lip here. Where's the... When you do the envelope punch board, it has it like this, but I've just trimmed across here, basically like that, so that it's just flat across there. I just like the look of that better. So there we go, there's that. And now we just need to stick this envelope shaker section up the top here. So I'm just going to use some double-sided tape on this and we'll stick it in. So you could use glue. I'm just using double-sided tape because although I'm making it look really difficult, it's actually a lot easier than the glue. Well, it's quicker than glue to stick down, and my glue is upstairs, so I'm going with the double-sided tape. Okay, so I've used some little tiny gold sequins and they're making such a mess. So what you want to do is, this is basically going to just cover this part here, so just line it up as best you can. Stick it down. I mean, you could trim those bits off if you want, but I think it just makes it a bit more stable. And then look at that, beautiful. So then, to make the actual envelope itself, you need to just put a little bit of double-sided tape or glue down here to put the envelope together. And you can make this any size. I'm just showing you this size because it was simple for me. So you could use my measurements, or you can just use any size envelope you want to make. I'm just showing you the basic how to, or how I do it. And then just stick that down. Where's my little tool? Just burnish that, because if you stuff this envelope, it will need that to be very adhered. And when I made this one, which is what I don't usually do, but I made it more of a square shape, so I popped up a little pocket down the bottom so you could do like a double layer, and I actually really like how that turned out. So this piece of paper here it's a strip of paper, and I'm just going to measure it because I didn't measure it before. It is roughly 3.5 by, I'm guessing about, here we go. 7.5. So basically it's just 1/2 inch longer than your whatever size your envelope is, so you can just make some wee score lines and then a score on the bottom. So I've just done a 1/2 inch score around 3 sides to make that into a little envelope shape. So you want to do a 1/2 inch score here, 1/2 inch from the end, and then 1/2 inch along the bottom. 1 moment. Sorry, Arch is just calling out to me. So that is a really basic pocket. I will not be showing you how to score because I haven't got my scoreboard here, which was really silly. So 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, just so it measures the same width as the envelope and however tall you want it. And that's going to go right there. So I've just popped some more red line tape on there, pull that off. You could make this a little sequin shaker pocket on the front if you wanted. It's up to you. You could do a little notch there. I just stitched around it. I kept it really simple so you can decorate it. I'll just line that up with the bottom. And just like that. So using that insert panel to do the back there, it just makes it so much cleaner on the back. So I think that that is really cool. It's turned out just like I had hoped, and now you've got a pocket here and then also a big pocket at the back that you can load with goodies for your stuffed envelope, loaded envelope. So this one here I decorated here, and I actually stuck this down so it's just like a little half pocket, but you can go all the way along there, do some decoration, leave it plain, whatever you decide. Doing the acetate at the back is going to be just the same as doing the tulle. It's just a different look. I really do like the acetate because it's got that real shaker sound, but I also really love the softness of the tulle. So that is my very basic quick tutorial for how to do a loaded envelope with a sequin shaker. Obviously if you don't want to do that, just leave that bit off. If you don't want to add this, leave that bit off. It's basically just making an envelope and stuffing it full of goodies. But I hope that this has been helpful. Yeah, like I said, I had a few people ask me to do a tutorial, so there we go. I thought I'd do that quickly. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.